I had to come face to face with God, with not just to that point of peace, but I had to come face to face with reconciling all that I've done in my life. If you guys would have met me, gosh, 25 years ago, you guys wouldn't like me. When Michelle and I first met, I was very open and honest with her. I gave her the good, bad, and ugly. Meeting her and marrying and creating a family with her is a second chance that God gave me that I don't deserve. Michelle heard about Village, that this new church took over this old church over in, behind this restaurant over there. I was like, oh yeah, I know you're talking about that big building over there. Yeah, okay. She's like, they have a Good Friday service. All right, cool, let's just go. And so we just went and thinking, okay, one off. We went in and immediately I looked around. I just felt something, like it felt like a draw. I said, well, let's check it out in Easter. So a couple days later, we came back and wonderful service, very good message. So we went the next Sunday. It was like, same thing. It was like the same, and then the next one, same thing. We're like, wow. So then we brought the girls, and the girls fell in love with the place right away too. We went to a dessert night that Pastor Steve had, and that sold it for me. The feeling was so genuine and so natural and so sincere. And I'm like, yeah, I think we found it. We found the right church. We found the right place. I met Ben Sperry, and we were talking about music and that. And I told him that I used to play drums. And it was Easter of the next year when it was the first Sunday with drums. And then it was just serving in the music ministry and joining small groups. And I started youth ministry right before I got sick. I felt every time he would mention it, I felt something like I can almost hear a voice saying, this is where you need to go. And I fought it for a while. Like, no, I don't want to do that. I have kids already. I don't. But so I just did it, and it's like I fell in love with the kids. They're wonderful. Junior, senior high, they were great. And then I got sick, and then that's when everything kind of went upside down. I got COVID in November of 20, and within a week of getting it, then I wound up in the hospital. And I really didn't want to go in the hospital. I told Michelle, I said, I don't want to go because if I go, I may not come back. I had to go because I just couldn't breathe. I just couldn't go up and down steps without losing my breath. And so I went to Valley West in Sandwich, and they did the best they could, which wasn't that, I wasn't there that long. I was there a couple hours. Then they sent me over to Kishwaukee, and I was at Kishwaukee for about a month, and they did the best they could. They then decided to send me downtown to the main hospital, Northwestern, downtown, and my lungs just deteriorated with the COVID pneumonia, bacterial pneumonia, and it just totally just demolished my lungs, where the only chance I had to survive then at that point was through a lung transplant. And so they listed me in February the first time, and I had what they call dry run, where they found lungs, but the lungs didn't work out. They had clots in them. That messes with you, because then you think you're a goner at that point. Then April 14th, they found the right lungs, and they did the operation. That's it. But I'll tell you, it wasn't because, making it all through that, it wasn't because of me. If it was left up to me, I wouldn't be here with you right now. It was all the way God just showered us with grace and love and just His healing. I had many conversations with God. I felt once I did that, and I said, whatever your plan is, if your plan is to take me home to you, then you're going to put everything in place to make sure that Michelle and the girls and my boys are all taken care of, and that everything's going to be okay. If you're going to leave me here and let me stay home with them, I know you're going to give me everything that I need. You're going to put the right doctors in place. You're going to put everything in place. And so this peace came over me. It was just an amazing peace. And I was just talking to Michelle just yesterday. I said, it's like when I think about dying, it doesn't scare me anymore because I know where I'm going. And I know who I'm going to. To see a church show up and allow God to use them and their gifts to help us through this really dark place, this dark spot. It was just, I couldn't believe it. I don't think I deserve this. Who am I to deserve something like this? And then you get the feeling then of God, you're God's child. We're God's children. It's not that we deserve it. It's that we're privileged with it. His son died for us, right? And so this is part of that. I think it's part of the gift and the gifts. We're not entitled to it. My name's Henry Garza, and that's my story.